Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a tarot read. I thought, what better way to tap into the Pisces new moon and last degrees of the Pisces sun than a tarot reading. This is such a time to reflect on our inner space and our intuition might be really speaking really loudly right now, and I think that's going to continue. Tomorrow is the vernal equinox. The sun moves into 0 degrees Aries, and it's a big year. I think that this spring equinox is a little different than it has been, because we have this big movement with Saturn and Neptune moving into a conjunction in the sign of Aries at 0 degrees, and it's separating now, but this is still very strong and with us and will be for quite some time. This is definitely a continuation of that ignition point when they came together. We should be feeling a lot of fire, a lot of fire come tomorrow. So this is a chance for us to be in these Piscean waters for a little longer and see what we uncover. So I did do the shuffle. The question tonight is what about our past lessons that is going to help us in this next chapter, in this next year, in this new zodiacal year, taking into account these big changes that are happening in the collective, again, with this movement with Neptune and Aries and Saturn too. So why don't we take a look and see what happens? Okay, so I'm going to cut the deck here. And we're going to look and see what are the present, where are we? Where are we right now in this moment? Ooh. So this is a Cups card. So water, our emotions, this is Cancerian. This is the beginning of the decan of Cancer as the three signifies here as the beginning of the suit of cups. This is gathering, community, connection. We could really be feeling like grateful for the connections that we have, really seeing which ones have brought us through this far. And I think that if we're talking about the lessons of last year, I think that we could be really taking inventory, right, on the people that we want to keep around as far as reflecting the very best in us and in each other. Wow, another Cups card. So there is a message here that's going to be coming through. And to me, this is Mercury in Pisces moving direct tomorrow. There is a message here. A page is usually denotes messages here, even though this is a water sign. You would think that that's like kind of an air quality. But this is possibly a message coming through. Yeah. Something that probably in the beginning of eclipse seasons we were really confused about, but now something should be giving, like some clarity should be coming into the picture. Yep. Yeah, and this can also be something artistic, an artistic opportunity, a creative opportunity coming through, which makes sense with the 0 degree Aries point is the creative creator point. Wow, we're feeling really optimistic. So with this fire coming through, we could really be feeling charged and ready and really motivated right now. And that's great, right? So this is the beginning, the initiation of the fire of the year. This is basically happiness. I mean, this is the happiest, maybe even the best, most benevolent card in a sense that how can this be bad, right? Well, it could actually bring in fear, right? So if we want to leave the past, right? If we want to leave behind the past, and we haven't fully metabolized the past, things the new things that we want to do and new endeavors can seem maybe a little scary, right? Okay. Wow, interesting here. So, okay, so the Hanged Man. I believe this is the Pisces card. Oh my goodness. Neptune, basically, right? This is really interesting because this is really where it's positioned, that I'm drawing this is really our subconscious, what we can't really see. And so there might still be illusions and things that we can't quite see aren't good for us, maybe. Uh, Meaning to say, Neptune in Pisces could have been bringing a lot of distortion and illusion. Um, and we could be in a process of disillusionment um, at this point as the veil is being ripped away. It certainly is collectively. And if this reading is also uh, applying to the collective, I'd say that we have a lot to suss out and metabolize. Again, to metabolize, I'm using that word. I'm going to be using that word this whole reading. Okay, so let's see where we take it from here. So we are feeling optimistic. Underneath, we could be feeling some fear because of some disillusionment that's coming to surface. Maybe we're actually kind of pushing that away, or maybe don't know the full depth of this process of disillusionment that we need to sort of go through, right? Wow. So yeah, this is a Pisces card. Pisces and Jupiter, I believe. We're walking away, um, which makes sense. Gosh, all these watery cards here. This makes sense, right? Yeah, this makes sense. There is a huge cycle that was completed with Neptune moving into Aries, a huge cycle. So things just don't look the same, right? Things don't look the same anymore. I mean, with the Hangman, I mean, it's all about perspective, right? It's all about the perspective. And so as this perspective has shifted, as Neptune has moved into Aries, there's a lot of things that we're leaving behind collectively and individually, without a doubt. So the Nine of Swords, this is all in our head though. projections, and delusions and illusions. So it's a two-sided coin in the sense that when the veil is torn away, it's scary because reality looks different. Reality, well, our sense of what reality was, right, is shifting, and that is really unsettling. That can be really unsettling and anxiety producing for sure. But we have to be aware that these things are in our heads most of the time. All right, so what do we have here? Okay. So haste makes waste. All right. So there is a lot of fire coming through, right? So Saturn and Neptune had been in the sign of Pisces. It was very watery. And now they're in the sign of Aries, right? Very dry, a hot sign. And we're also getting Uranus moving into Gemini. So there's a lot of air, and which also has a tendency to stoke fire, right? It can put it out, but with this much fire, it's very possible that you know we're going to be really potentially rushing in too soon with something hastily, and possibly lead to burnout. But we might want to get so far away from the disillusionment and the things that we're leaving because it's painful, right? This was like, almost a 20-year cycle. Uranus was in the sign of Pisces before Neptune moved into Pisces. So there was just a lot of Piscean energy for a really long time. We have the nodes moving out of the sign of Pisces in July, and things are going to continue to just shift really dramatically. So yeah. But this is so interesting, you know. I think that there is a big sense of hope here for ourselves and for humanity, you know, because when we pull away the veil or the wool from our eyes, this chance to feel like more authentic and real is something that I think is it's enough, you know, to feel like we are doing something more authentic, we are being more authentic. Yeah, even if we don't necessarily have whatever it is materially, right? Or things that have actually anchored or manifest yet, right? So I think that's really great. A lot of hope and optimism here. All right. This is the Saturn card, you know, the devil. And, you know, so interesting. So we're dealing with shadows within ourselves individually, right? And also collectively, without a doubt, collectively. And we might really be seeing the depth of the shadow within ourselves, right? And when I say shadow, it means the unconscious, right? It doesn't always necessarily mean something negative. It can be something that expresses in negative ways, for sure. You know, complexes that keep us limited and not able to pursue, you know, authenticity, right? You know, this is definitely, you know, some fear, the fear coming in because we have to work on processing these old ways of being. This is really, Saturn is really the old way of being, right? So a new paradigm, a new consciousness wants to come through, and the devil is like, yeah, no, you want to expand, yeah, you know, you got to do, I don't know, what is it that you need to do in order to break through the block, in order to be your authentic self, right? You know, what is it? You know? So I did ask, what was it that our past experiences are going to inform this new cycle and how this is going to pull us through? Well, I think it's the authenticity piece that whatever sort of work, right? Because this is Saturn work, whatever work we need to do is going to be worth it, right? And I think that there could be a sense of really being able to, right? So the last card, this is also this is a Capricorn energy here. This is cardinal Earth, which is Capricorn. So that's interesting. This is hard work, though. This is hard work through community. We're not going to be able to do it alone. I think that is really the message here. We can't do it alone. We need the optimism of others to push us through, to see the vision. For us, you know, I think that might be something that is really going to be palpable. You know, again, the people that you are around, right? The people that you keep yourself around. This card, the first card, is going to be really important for our consciousness and how we are moving into something new. And I think that probably relationships are going to end. Relationships are going to be, are going to need an upgrade, right? And that's going to be tough because, you know, there is attachment there, right, to old relationships, and also even the way our old self, right? So we're not quite at the new self, and that's okay because if we work through it, we can reach emotional fulfillment. And it's the message is going to come through with how. That's what I think. This is what the Mercury is going to be coming in here. The Mercury is going to be conjunct the North Node tomorrow on the equinox. So I think there's going to be something coming through with our ability and our capacity to hold more compassion, and that actually being a driving force to the new and to the future, because the North Node represents, the higher, our greatest path of evolution. And I think what it is sovereignty, spiritual sovereignty, compassion for each other. And we're not going to be able to do it alone, right? And that these visions that we have, these things that we want to create, we're going to need each other, right? And to also give us the encouragement to keep on when everything may be telling us that nothing's going to change, right? So I hope that this was helpful, and I am going to pull one more card. This is the deck, Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle deck, and since we're talking about Pisces and humanity, spirituality, the collective, and love, really, I thought this was a great deck to just pull to end things. So what is the final message for us to integrate this a little bit deeper? Okay. Oh, wow. Powerful. It's the protection card. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Wow. Wow. Beautiful. I think that this is really speaking to what has not yet birthed yet, right? Tomorrow is the equinox. Right. So we are putting all of these reflections, right? Our Mercury is going to be going direct, but from the last year, from the last 2 decades, if you're that old and can remember 20 years ago, or we're alive 20 years ago, there's many cycles within cycles, but I will say that with this larger planetary movement of Saturn and Neptune, we are going to have to cut cords with certain relationships. And I think that came up in the reading, but also to protect what is not yet here, right? So being aware of, who we're sharing these dreams with, and also to have it for ourselves, right? So that we can build and plan and really visualize, this becoming a reality. And I think that's the first step. So getting into the creative spirit of the new zodiacal year starting tomorrow, and really honoring and protecting yourself from the judgment of others, but also for you to go through your process of releasing the old. So I hope that helps, and that you come again to the next tarot reading. I'm hoping to do these more and more. It's been a little while, but I really enjoy it because, the planets do speak through the cards, and it's really fun. So hope you all are well, and that you all are moving through these energies with so much love and grace. And Happy New Year, Happy New Zodiacal Year, Happy Spring.